Imagine standing in front of a mirror at 2 a.m., looking at a face that feels like a stranger's. You've spent your whole day smiling at people you don't like, saying yes to favors that drained your soul, and nodding your head when you actually wanted to scream no. You look into your own eyes and realize that you've become a ghost, a person who exists only to make everyone else's life easier. You are exhausted, not because you worked hard, but because you spent the whole day wearing a heavy mask of perfection. This is the invisible prison of living for others, and today we are going to burn that prison to the ground. If you've ever felt like you're losing yourself just to keep everyone else happy, this story is for you. Watch closely, because your freedom starts right now. We tell ourselves that being a people pleaser is a virtue, that being kind means never disappointing anyone. But let's be brutal for a second. It's not kindness. It's fear, the paralyzing fear of being rejected, judged, or left alone. You've convinced yourself that if you just do enough for them, if you're just perfect enough, they will finally give you the love and respect you crave. But the truth is, the more you give, the less they value you, because people don't respect things that are free and always available. You are treating your time, your energy, and your very soul like garbage, and then you wonder why the world treats you the same way. The lie ends here. Your value is not a bargain that depends on their approval. Think about the people you are trying so hard to impress. The coworkers who gossip behind your back, the friends who only call when they need something, or the strangers on social media who don't even know your middle name. You are sacrificing your real happiness for their temporary opinion, an opinion that changes as fast as the weather. While you are up at night, worrying about what they thought of that one thing you said, they have already forgotten you even exist. You are sacrificing your life for a shadow, for a crowd that doesn't care if you live or die as long as you keep performing for them. Stop being an extra in their movie and start being the director of your own, because the crowd is a fickle master that will abandon you the moment you stop entertaining them. There comes a moment in every person's life where the weight of the mask becomes too heavy to carry any longer. It is that moment of burnout where you realize that despite all your efforts to please everyone, you are still lonely, still empty, and still unfulfilled. You've built a life that looks great on the outside, but feels like a graveyard on the inside. This is the breaking point, the moment where you have to decide if you want to keep dying slowly for them or start living loudly for yourself. It is painful to realize that you've wasted years being a version of someone you don't. But this pain is a gift. It is your soul's way of screaming that it has time to come home to who you truly are. The greatest secret to internal peace is becoming okay with the idea that someone, somewhere, absolutely dislikes you. In fact, if no one hates you, it probably means you aren't standing for anything at all. You're just a blank wall that everyone walks past. Being hated for who you are is 1,000 times better than being loved for someone you pretending to be. When you finally stop caring about their disapproval, you gain a superpower that makes you untouchable and dangerously free. You start to walk differently, speak differently, and live with a quiet confidence that terrifies the weak. Let them talk, let them judge, and let them walk away. Their exit is the space you need for your own growth. The Stoics had a beautiful way of looking at this. They compared the soul to a great mountain and the opinions of others to the clouds passing by. Clouds may be dark, they may bring thunder and rain, but they can never move the mountain or change its core. Your character, your values, and your internal peace are the mountain. The whispers of society are just the weather. Why would a mountain try to catch the clouds? Why would you try to catch the validation of people who don't even understand their own lives? Once you realize that their judgment is just noise in the wind, you stop reacting and start observing. You become the still point in a turning world, realizing that your worth was never up for debate in the first place. It is time for a brutal audit of your circle. Look at the people you spend your time with and ask if they love the real you or just the useful you. Real friends will respect your no and celebrate your boundaries. Toxic people will guilt trip you and call you selfish for choosing yourself. You have to be willing to lose people if you want to find yourself, because you can't fly with wings that are being held down by other people's expectations. It's better to have a small, empty room than a house full of people who are draining your light. This is social surgery, and it might be bloody, but it is the only way to save the patient, which is your own life. Clean your house, clear your mind, and watch how quickly your energy begins to return to you. Freedom doesn't start with a big gesture. It starts with a small, quiet no to something you don't want to do. It starts when you choose to wear the clothes you like, even if they aren't on trend, or when you stay silent instead of laughing at a joke that wasn't funny. Each small act of authenticity is a brick in the wall of your new self-respect, building a fortress that no one can breach. You are retraining the world on how to treat you by first showing them how you treat yourself. It will feel awkward at first, and your heart will race with the fear of conflict, but that is just the feeling of your courage growing. Every time you choose yourself, you are telling your subconscious that you are worthy of existing exactly as you are. Imagine a life where you wake up and don't feel the need to check your phone to see who approved of your life yesterday. Imagine a life where you speak your truth calmly, without shaking, and where your happiness is independent of the praise of fools. This isn't a dream. It's the natural state of a human being who has stopped living for others. You will find that you have more energy, more creativity, and a deeper sense of joy that no one can take away from you. You will finally be able to breathe deeply, knowing that you aren't performing for anyone's applause. You are the master of your own destiny, the captain of your soul, and for the first time in your life, you are truly, authentically alive. The time for pretending is over. The curtain has fallen, and the audience has gone home. Now it is just you and the truth. Are you going to keep wasting your life for them? Or are you going to start living for the person in the mirror? The clock is ticking, and you don't get these years back, so make the choice that your future self will thank you for. If you're ready to break the chains and become unshakable, then stand with us today. Like this video to signal your intent, and subscribe to join a community of people who refuse to be puppets. Leave a comment with the word free to announce to the world that you are no longer for sale. This is your life. Take it back, hold it tight, and never let anyone steal your light again. Stay true, stay bold, and stay powerful.